In this video, we're going to go over all 8 achievements needed to get the overall achievement of Wake Me Up, which was one of the achievements needed for the overall Dragonflight meta achievement. This is also going to reward you with the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Ohuna spotter mount. And if you have some of these achievements already, just pay attention to the timestamps along the bottom of the video, and you can just skip to the ones that you are looking to complete. Also, any coordinates or waypoints used in the video will be in the description as well, along with some other information. So as you can see on the screen, these achievements kind of go into groups, and that's how we're going to work through them in the video. Let's go over the treasures and adventurer achievements first, as these are probably the least common ones that people have. And let's go over the treasures achievement first, as this is probably the least common out of the whole lot. For the treasures, there are 8 of them that we need to collect. You can see here. 4 of these you can just go and pick up, and 4 of them you need to either complete a quest or gather a map to be able to unlock them. First of all, I'm going to go over the process of being able to unlock these maps, which then unlock the treasures, and then at the end I will go over where the treasures are. The first one you'll find over here, where you can kill some primal proto drakes, and these will drop an item, a dragon owl supply bag, which starts a quest funding a treasure hunt, and that's to find the first treasure, the golden goblet. The next one is to complete the rumors of the jeweled whelplings, and this one will lead you to another treasure within the Waking Shores, the Onyx gem cluster. Also, if you get to this point, you will be able to dig up and find maps from Disturbed Dirt, Expedition Packs, and Magic Bound chests from any zone in the Dragon Isles. So at this point, you want to just fly around your preferred zone, it doesn't matter which, with a bunch of shovels that you buy in the Dragonscale base camp or from a blacksmith on the auction house. And then you want to dig as many Disturbed Dirt as you can, to try and find these maps as quickly as you can. As this video is specifically for the Waking Shores, you'll need the Ruby Gem Cluster and Rare Fish Guide from the dirt piles. You can keep lapping until you have all 9 maps for all the zones in the Dragon Isles. It's usually about 3 to 15 minutes per map from my experience, so it shouldn't take you too long to pick them all up, and then you've got them all on that character ready to get those all the treasure achievements for the whole expansion. Once you have the maps, it is time to start getting all the treasures. You should have the golden goblet and the onyx gem cluster already from those prerequisite quests we talked about. And now let's go over the others. So the ruby gem cluster is located here in the ruby life pools. Make sure you use the map beforehand, and then it will appear on your map and you'll be able to collect it. The dead man's chestplate is located in the center of this tower. The Misty treasure chest is behind this waterfall. You can kind of come in onto this ledge and go through and pick it up. The bubble drifter is over here on the coast, and you need to use your A Guide to Rare Fish map for this to be accessible, and then you can attract it with this flower nearby, and then you can pick it up. Not far away from that one is Yennu's Kite. If you've got the regular flying from the Dragon Isles Pathfinder achievement, it's easier to perch yourself on that tree and grab this one. And finally, the Torn Riding Pack is just above the waterfall at the Dragonscale base camp. Cool. This should be all 8 of the treasures complete. Now for the Adventurer of the Waking Shores. This achievement is gained by killing 10 of a possible 32 rares within the Waking Shores. I'm going to break these into 3 groups. First I will go over the groups, and then I will explain how I would go about getting this achievement the fastest. The first group are these 7 different rares, which are all on a 14-hour timer, which is shared between a bunch of different rares across the whole of the Dragon Isles. There's a spreadsheet and a week aura to tell you the exact time that these rares will spawn, and those are in the description of the video. The second group are these 3, which are spawned at the Obsidian Citadel by handing in restored keys. If you want more info on this group, check out my previous video, which has more information on that. The other group of rares at the Obsidian Citadel include these 6, which according to Wowhead are on a 20-minute timer, and it could be any 3 of the 6 each time. These will appear on your map, so you should be fairly aware of when they spawn. I'm not going to go over these rares individually, as you basically will just see them when you're in the Obsidian Citadel, and I'll talk about my plan later on. But getting into the ones I'm going to do one by one. So the next group is a group of rares which you need to interact with something, or there's an event that will trigger them spawning. World Carver Etir is a rare that is spawned at the Obsidian Citadel as well. You need to kill each of these wormlings that I've marked here, and then you loot their bones. You then interact with the bones in the center to spawn the rare. Captain Lancer also spawns not too far away from the Citadel, and he is a guaranteed spawn after the siege on Dragonbane Keep is finished. The Forgotten Griffin spawns on top of this pillar and only spawns after 6:30 PM server time. Naltheria the Void Gazer basically spawns on top of this tower. I think I put her in this group just because you can track her respawn based on how many of the ghost telescopes have spawned. 1 means that there's still quite a bit of time until she spawns, 2 is closer, 3 is even closer, and of course 4 is when she spawned. For the next one, Shade/Trakan, you need to click on 3 items within this cave. There's the telescope, and then there's this thing to the left, and then this big crystal at the end of the room, and that's what's going to spawn him. For the Possessive Hogsworn, there's a bit more you need to do. You need to first of all pick up this item here. And then this item from over here.
My inventory is full.
And then finally this item from here. You then go and use all of these in your bag while stood next to this item beside the cave where the Hogsworn is. And then you can throw that to him and he's going to run away, and you loot the treasure, and then you will get the progress towards the achievement when you've looted the treasure rather than killing him. There's 3 more rares in this group, which I'll put on the screen, but with so many other options in the Waking Shores for these 10 rares, these ones are much, much slower. The first one is this one on the screen. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you need basically to collect a lot of butterflies. Another, you need to get a crystal from the Azure Span and then come back to spawn the rare. And then the final one is to kill and loot some mobs to get an item, and then you need to fish up the rare. This one seems like it'll take quite a while. Okay, and so that was another group. And then the final group here are your basic rares that you just need to go around and check if they are up. I do want to mention that quite a few of these rares will not show up on your minimap. So creating and using a targeting macro similar to the one on screen here, and it will also be in the description, and you can just change the mob that you're looking for. And I'm going to briefly go over each rare now as well, so you have an idea. So first we have Gushgut the Beaksinker. He spawns here. Anhydros the Tidetaker spawns over here. Helmet Missingway is a little monkey that spawns here. Drakewing flies along kind of quite a long route, and you'll see that he doesn't come up on the map or anything. Similar to Snout that's over here. Brundin the Dragonbane patrols along a path. Sorry, I didn't get a video of this one. And then finally, there's the Thunderous Matriarch, which spawns over here. So now that we've gone over all the possible rares, my advice would be to start in the Obsidian Citadel, check if any of those rares are up or any of the key hand-ins are close, and then you can farm a couple keys and finish those ones off if you haven't got those ones already. Get as many as you can from here, and then do a loop looking for any of those basic rares, that last group we talked about, to see if any of those are up. During this loop, keep an eye on your weak aura for any of the 14-hour rares from that first group, and then make sure to do these loops in both war mode and out of war mode as well. Once you've done that, depending how many more you need for the achievement, I would choose a few of the others from maybe that third group, and then go and find them. This should be really fast. There's so many options in the Waking Shores. It's a really easy one. So next, moving on from that first group of achievements and now onto this one by itself, Well Supplied. Now this one is to basically unlock all of the upgrades in the skill tree at the Expedition Supply Kit, which is in the Dragon Isles base camp. Most people have done this already, so I really don't need to go over it, but I thought I'd mention it anyway, as a lot of these upgrades are going to help speed up some of the other achievements and are actually necessary to even unlock some of the achievements. So basically just max this out as much as you can, especially getting the ones on screen, because these are going to allow you to unlock the other achievements. So moving on to the photography world quests. These two involve taking 100 great shots during the photography world quest, the cataloging world quest. And the other one is to take a shot of each legendary NPC in each different world quest. You used to need Renown 8 with the Dragonscale Expedition to start these world quests, but with changes in 10.2.7, I'm not sure if you need that anymore. So the two achievements that come from the world quests to take photos of the wildlife, these cataloging world quests, are Great Shots Galore. That's the first one, and for this one you need 100 great shots. The fastest way to do this is to join a raid group, and then you can lap the world quest as many times as you want while still getting progress on the achievement. Here are some examples of different great shots that you want to look out for. Thanks to Steve the Potato on Wowhead for putting this one up there. So keep an eye out for these types of activities and try to snap them. Do it 100 times and this one is done. So the second one is going to maybe take a little bit longer, and it involves taking a photo of 7 different legendary NPCs. These will only be available if you have unlocked that lucky rock that we talked about earlier from the Expedition Supply Kit. These NPCs are specific to each different world quest, and I will show where the world quest starts and which NPC you can find there. Check the timestamps if you are looking for a specific one. So the first one is Abugar, which is available during this world quest in the Waking Shores. I'll show the whole ride and where he is located. The next one is Chen Stormstout, and he is part of the other world quest in the Waking Shores, located here, and the same thing, I will show him on the screen. The next one is Elder Clearwater in the Onaran Plains again at this world quest. I will show where he is located as well. The second one in the Onaran Plains is Nat Pagle. It's this world quest location, and he is located here whilst on the ride. There's just one in the Azure Span, Chief Telemancer Oculeth, and he is located right at the beginning of this world quest. The first one in Thaldraszus is the Time Warped Fisher. It's part of this world quest and located a decent distance into the ride. The final one is Wrathion, located at this world quest. It's actually a balloon. He flies past as soon as you start the ride. So if you miss him, jump off and just do it again until you manage to get him. It will take you potentially quite a few weeks to get these complete. It just depends on which ones are up at what time, but you need to keep an eye on it all the time and just check when they're up so you can get this one complete. Okay, great. With photography done, we're going to move on to the climbing world quest achievements as well. The first one being just to complete 10 of these. I'd be very surprised if people haven't completed this by this point in the expansion. And the second one is to collect 10 of the lost supplies, which are also in the world quest. These also become available at Renown 6, but similar to the photography quests, I'm not sure if that's necessary anymore. They can both be completed together as far as I know, as long as you've unlocked Jeb's monocle that we talked about earlier from that expedition supply tree, so you can see the lost supplies. This will allow you to complete the climbing world quest whilst also collecting 1 lost supplies per quest. They look like this on the side of the screen, and basically you just need to climb up to them and then just loot them whilst you're doing the world quest. There's no real tricks to this one or anything. You basically just need to do this 10 times for both the climbing world quest and the lost supplies. As far as I know, this doesn't work in the Emerald Dream or Zaralek Cavern. They don't seem to progress this achievement, so it needs to be just on the regular Dragon Isles. After you've done 10 of these, it's really not going to take long, a few weeks if you haven't done any, but I'd be very surprised. Then you will have these 2 climbing achievements as well. Okay, and the final achievement is just to collect the flags that are located all around the Dragon Isles for the Dragonscale expedition. We need to collect 10 of these flags out of a total of 20, and the easiest way to complete this one is just to download a couple of add-ons, Handy Notes and TomTom. Throw the coordinates in from the description in the video and just drag and ride your way around, and also using your regular mount if you have it, because it's a lot easier to get on top of some of these peaks, and you just need to fly around until you have 10 of them done. And it's as easy as that, guys, to get this achievement. I imagine most people have this one already, but I thought I would still just make the video for it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please let me know down below if I missed anything or any guides or videos that you would really like to see. I guess there's not going to be too much new content really with Dragonflight for the next while. So if there's anything you want me to cover, let me know. That would be awesome. As always, guys, thank you so much. Peace.